How's everybody doing? Hopefully this will stay together without dropping everywhere. Let's see. Is it there? Is it open? Is it going to stay? Oh boy, oh boy. Juan Pablo Martinez. Well, I wanted to show you guys and share with you guys something. This is Mario. I'm coming at you from somewhere in Texas. Somewhere in Texas. I'm going to talk to you about my zones. I'm going to talk to you how I'm creating, how I'm doing business, and hopefully it will help you guys out there in the world. You potential drivers, hint, hint. You riders, so you know what I'm doing, and you grow with me, and you get interested in doing what I'm doing, maybe. What's up, Joe? Joe Rogan with the Rolling Rogans. Where's Amy? Anyway, I wanted to show you guys something. Masks are vital right now. So I decided I'm going to go all out and start buying different masks and create a trend. You know, check it out. This one's cool. It's one of my favorite ones. I can actually breathe. I now know how Spider-Man and Batman feel. Good Lord. Now this one is my newest acquisition. Check it out. What do you think? Anyway, I don't know how my microphone actually works. I've got some notes here on my tablet. I'm all set up. I'm not going to wear this because I just don't seem like I can talk or I can be heard. So Mr. Rogers used to come into his living room and he used to take off his sweater and take off his jacket and, you know, invite everybody to kind of take it easy and relax and enjoy the show. So, this is Mario Halkier. I'm the Vibe Driver. I'm out and about in the world, and I am growing my zones. I'm in the zone. I'm zoning. I'm coming up with a lot of different names, and, you know, hopefully you guys can maybe help me out there come up with a nice title, or just this title I used today. Anyway, let's get started. What do you think? Kick off your shoes? Is that what Mr. Rogers used to say? And stay a while. We're going to talk about how I create my business in this new business venture I'm on. I am a independent contractor, rep, recruiter, brand ambassador, however way or whatever thing you can come up with. I'm doing that. I'm creating a fleet where I go, a fleet of drivers, a fleet of riders, and I'm creating my customer base. You see, I belong to a company that is a multi-level marketing company, okay? And this company owns Vibe Rides. A lot of rumors out there. They talk about they talk bad about multi-level marketing companies. I mean, there's some big companies out there that are very, very successful. And I happen to belong to one of them. Ignacio Villa Senor. Villa Senor. I think I just killed your name. How you doing, my friend? Ignacio, Joe Rogan, Amy Rogan, and many of you that might be seeing this video, they are brand ambassadors like I am. They're in different parts of the world. They're in different parts of the country. And today I'm here in one of my favorite areas, kind of relaxing, taking it easy. Sunday afternoon, after a big storm, I decided to come out here and kind of enjoy my day and maybe spend some time talking to you guys about Nacho. Yeah, that's what they call you, Ignacio. I found out you're Nacho. That's a cool name. Anyway, I don't know if they see all these chats, everybody else. Do y'all see all the chats going on? Neil Silvano, what's up, buddy? I saw your video where you're coming to Texas. We need to hook up and battle it, man. Get in the zone. Get in the zone. We need to come up with a get in the zone. Wait, that's a commercial. I've seen that. I've seen that commercial somewhere before. Get in the zone. Joe, you need to help me out with that. I've heard that commercial before. Get in the zone. Get in the zone with Mario-TheVibeDriver. Get in the zone. We'll come up with something very cool. Pansy. Hello, Miss Pansy. How are you? Where's Mr. Stickley? Where's Eric? Where's everybody at? Come on. Y'all invite people. I'd love to get to a point where I see my numbers up here, and then all of a sudden, there's like 500, 1,000. Woo! I'd be clapping myself, man. I'm 100 miles from Dallas, coming down from the west, I would presume, right? You're coming from California, Neil? Cool. Are you going to hang out in Dallas? Is that what you're doing? AutoZone. In the zone. Ed Pansy came up with it. Yeah. AutoZone has a commercial. Get in the zone. Well, I'm calling my venture Mario's Zone. I don't know. Something cool. We're going to come up with something. Let me explain, first of all, what I'm doing and what I'm going to say. I am a, rep for this company. So anything that I say and anything that I transpire money-wise, it really, it's coming from me. It's no promises. I cannot promise you what you're going to make, and I definitely can't just bring the numbers out and say, oh, tomorrow you're going to be a millionaire, because it's how you bring, what you bring to the table and how you work it, a lot of people ask me, they say, Mario, what are you making? How much are you making? Are you making money yet? And the truth of the matter is, yes, I am. Yes, I am making money. Since the very beginning, when I came into this business, a lot of people were thinking I was kind of crazy. I could name a few people out there, but I don't want to create no static. We're just going to leave it at that. And I'm going to tell you, okay, I came on this venture because several years ago, I was in a bar, and somebody told me, they said, man, Mario, with your attitude, you ought to become a driver. And I used to listen to commercials where they used to say, make money while you drive. Make money while you drive. That was already very, very interesting to me. And I got into that, and because I like to drive. I always liked to drive. When I was a kid, I would be sitting right next to my father, and my father would open up the book of Atlas there and say, okay, we're going to go here, and you're going to tell me where to go. And I learned how to read maps from a very, very young age. By the way, Joe, tell me, how's the transmission? Is it clear? My connection clear here? Can you see pretty good? Anyway, I guess you'll answer me in a minute or two. But when I got into this, when I was a child, we used to go all over the West Coast, California, all over Texas, Oklahoma, everywhere with my father. And I would read the maps. Now, I'm going to get to that in a minute. One of the things that us humans, separates us humans from animals is that we have the, what do you call it? I read it just recently, and man, I read things and I think it's cool, and I make a note of it, and I did make a note of it, but, you know, we as humans evolved to be very, very smart in many ways. And one of the things that we came up with later on early on was the wheel. You know, back then they used the wheel for many things, between sharpening blades for swords, on a little bicycle type, and you know, wheels for wagons, wheels for wheelbarrows. And today wheels are used in every aspect of the world. In everything you can think of, there's a wheel somewhere. I mean, if you look around you, you'll probably see a wheel or a tire, you know. And that comes from our brains, and our brains are so powerful. We grow to learning so much as humans. Julian Mogzek. Julian and I go back a long, long ways. When I was a young guy, I opened up an antique center. Julian at the time was my brother-in-law. He's my good friend now. He used to help me deliver furniture when I used to sell it in Washington, D.C. I was an antique dealer. You remember those days, Julian, on 18th Street? How we made some cheese back then? Well, anyway, so let me get back to the wheel part. Us humans came up with with that wheel technology early on, and we evolved and used technology to grow further on. And today, one of the things that humans are different from animals is because humans use what? We use technology. And technology has evolved to where today we use that technology for everything. And you know, I sit here every day when I can and see presentations from our company, and then I send links out for people to look at and watch and kind of absorb what I'm absorbing every day. And I learn things from listening. This morning, I was listening to a fella in our company named Johnny Wimbry, and I could tell he's very powerful in his presentations, very good. And I learned from him. You know, my leaders, Karen and Peter Hirsch, are amazing people. They're very, very high in the organization because they've grown to such immense proportions that, you know, their knowledge is amazing. And I listen to them and their presentations. Kathy Freeman, Strasburg, Shenandoah Valley. Good afternoon, Kathy. Another segment in my life. Kathy Freeman used to run the Strasburg Emporium, and I had an antique center in Strasburg back in the late 90s, was it? You know, early 90s? Early to late mid-90s. Let's say that. I don't know. Maybe earlier on. Was a long time, wasn't it, Kathy? Anyway, so we've gone from those days, from the time I had antique centers. You know, we had cell phones back then, but they were just evolving. We had telephones. We had really, really crappy GPSs, and today we have everything in one phone. And that phone can call us a ride when we need one, or get us something delivered when we need it, or we just simply ask our phones for the definition of something or a translation of something. So we use that technology today that's evolved and that we've made as humans. One of the things that completely amazes me is that how technology has come about, you know. Joey Beach, another segment of my life. Mr. Joey Beach is now a antique dealer in the Lynchburg area. And he used to work with me when we demolished houses, took houses apart. Matter of fact, a window went right through him, fell from the second floor, wasn't it? That was an amazing story. Back to technology. So we all use technology today. Joey Beach takes pictures of his antiques and sells it online. Kathy Freeman has houses in the Shenandoah Valley, and she puts her houses on, what is that? Airbnb, houses for rent, and she uses that technology. Julian Mogzak today would probably, if he was still working with me in the antique business, he would be using his phone to call the customers, letting them know that the furniture's being delivered, and he would know how to get to the customer's house by simply just opening his GPS and getting their Waze or whatever, Google or whatever maps are out there. So we're using that technology. So our company, that's a multi-level marketing company, okay, has evolved from those other old companies, some of them old pyramids that you might have been involved with, or those Ponzi schemes that's out there. We have set a top-notch business, and this is iBoomerang. And a lot of people, don't understand the name clearly, but iBoomerang means it came up from a name of a wooden Australian frisbee type object that you throw out and then it comes back. And what we do is we use that term when we send you something and then it comes back to you in richnesses and goodwill goes out, and then it comes back in money, and you make money. So how am I making money using the term Vibe Rides? How am I making this drive share? How is it working for me? Well, I started in a bar back in Amherst, Virginia. When I finally signed up for Vibe Rides, I wanted to get out there and start signing people up, riders. And I wanted to grow my business. And I would tell everybody, hey, everybody get your phones out. I need to make a record here and get 15 customers within 45 seconds. I'm very, very competitive, okay? I like to win. And one of the things that pushes me to win is I like to beat records. Until this date, no one has beat my records of signing up riders, that many, in about 42 seconds. They all opened up their telephone. We had the program, the app downloaded, and everybody hit submit, and everybody signed up all at one time. And I got 15 riders in 42 seconds, 15 customers, because my riders become my customers in many ways than one. And our company has, different verticals and that helps us grow. We don't have to sell anything. I give service as a driver, and as a driver, I have many ways I can earn money. So I can earn money for the ride that I've given as a driver, and then that customer can go home. Like a lady I picked up, I took to the Houston airport, one of them, and she was going back to Massachusetts, and she was telling me she travels a lot. So she became a Vibe rider on the way there, and on the way there, she also became a I Go for Less customer of mine. And what is I Go for Less? It's one of the verticals that our company has that gives us the ability to make money. And that gives her lifetime access to a very powerful portal that we have, a search engine. A lot of you guys use search engines a lot, like Google, like bookings.com. There's Trivago. There's all kinds of travel discount engines out there. but you haven't experienced my search engine, our search engine. I go for less search engine. And you can have free access to this by simply just dropping me a note and saying, I want access to that search engine so I can have savings. I think it'll give you up to 40%. I'm not exactly sure if it's 40 or 50. Joe, help me out here. 40%, I think, if you're just a client, a customer. Now, if you come on board as a team member, as an ambassador, or as a TSA, what we call it, a travel savings ambassador in our company, then you save up to 70%. And I will tell you how I save money, or I have saved money, is when I went to Dallas a couple of months ago. I stayed in Dallas, and I wanted to, I'm a very curious person. I want to learn things. And a long time ago, I learned that I learn a lot quicker by doing. So I went and I booked myself into a hotel, pretty high class hotel. It was and I'm not going to even say the hotel. I don't want to say it, but it was near the airport. Their average rooms was anywhere from, I want to say, probably $175 to $250. And I got me a tip-top room. It had a living room. It had a little office space. And I got it for $60 a night. That week that I stayed there, I saved over $1,600 because I'm a member of this company and I get discounts. Very good discounts. So if anybody wants to just save on travel alone a lot of money, you can become an ambassador and just do that. Save if you travel a lot. So anyway, so let's get back to where I was. Zones, and how I create zones, and what I'm doing, and how I've grown. I came on the road. I went to Florida to meet iBoomerang, the company that I was getting involved with. And I wanted to meet the owner and shake his hand, and meet the leaders and shake their hands. So I went to Florida. I remember clearly picking up Peter and Karen Hirsch. David Lowe had picked them up from the airport, and we had lunch, and we, because of them being my new leaders, I wanted to meet them. Wonderful people, great people. And this is one thing I will say about iBoomerang and Vibe Rides world is everybody who I've met have been absolutely wonderful. They've been like brothers and sisters. I was so excited to meet so many of them in Houston in February, and I met a lot of them. In December, I was kind of like an outsider looking in December. I didn't know a lot of people, but I was starting to get to know them. I met Holton Bugs, who's our CEO, Mr. Edwin Haynes, cool dude. If I ever share any of their videos, watch these guys and listen to them, because they're very powerful people, and they have. I learned so much from them just listening to them, and I tried to, like I said, I tried to participate in a lot of their presentations. So if I ever share them with you, I'm doing that so you can see what I'm involved with. This morning, I sent a link out to a bunch of ambassadors about an event that was happening at the moment. And one of them sent me a message and said, I'm already an ambassador. I said, I know that. I'm not sending it to you to recruit you. I'm sending it to you to remind you to go and watch these presentations. A lot of people come to me, ambassadors, and I appreciate that. And they ask me questions about, what I'm doing, and get suggestions and recommendations from me. And, geez, I should have brought some water. Too much talking here. They ask me, certain questions, and how do I do it, and how how I would recommend them from doing it. You know, I'm on ground zero. I work here picking passengers up every day. I'm a driver. I work pretty much 7 days a week. I stay busy because I have a goal every day. Real Gronding, my friend from Canada, another part of my life. This man here and I led a very, very large team in the gaming world, and we conquered many, many battles together. Him and Gadget, a good friend, we had great times. And this is something that I use and I've learned is being part of this technology world, whether it's gaming, telephones, rideshare, deliveries, any kind of technology. If you can get into it, and you can get into it at a ground level and get started at a ground level and grow with it and use everything else that you've ever learned in your life and help yourself grow, you will grow so big. I have gotten to where, you know, I'm a little bit behind on schedule. When I came on the road here, I thought I was going to be maybe in Texas just 2 months, 3 months. Man, was I wrong. You know, the pandemic hit me, and my life just, and I had already changed. Boy, you don't know how, but you know, with this pandemic, it just changed even, you know, even more so. I've survived. I've survived probably where a lot of people, you know, have not, you know. I've seen so many businesses close and so many people having so many issues right now. And, you know, here's something that I want to say right now is that if you're sitting at home and you're having issues, you're having problems, and you're good at something, you're good at communicating with people, you know, you might consider doing what I'm doing. You don't have to drive. Driving isn't bad. You know, we need a lot of, and see, okay, so I'm back. Okay. I think Facebook gives you little hints to not take so long on some of these live videos. So they pop up something at you saying your connection or bad connection. So it kind of pushes you to hurry up and get with the program. All right. So what I was just talking about was if you're sitting at home and you know you find yourself with more time than you need, you should consider coming on board with me or joining our team. Okay, not necessarily me, but you know, jump on board and join. Try to find a better connection. I'm gonna kind of move around to another area because apparently my connection is gone to pot. Let me see. Hopefully this area right here will be fine. I'm gonna come into this apartment complex, and bear with me for just a second because my other holder has messed up. All right. Let's see if this connection stays okay here. Anyway, so what I'd like to do is anybody that's out there that would like to start a home business, you know, you got a computer or you got a laptop or you got a decent phone and you want to try out this business, talk to me or talk to whoever shared this video with you or wherever you've seen this video. I haven't moved, but my connection seems to be moving everywhere. Gleber. Okay, Neil Silvano. We'll see you when you get to Texas. Hit me up. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and try to make this a little shorter because obviously we're having some network problems here. I don't know why. I haven't moved. I haven't budged. But if you're sitting at home and you want to try this out, this is fine. The way that I'm creating things and that can be created is by, going to your local stores, going to your local merchants, finding people who use rideshare to get back and forth. Finding them, finding the riders, collecting the riders in one area, and then growing the rider movement, and then finding a driver that you're comfortable to work with, and getting that driver to help get these people transported back and forth. Oi, Clever, vou fazer uma apresentação em português, prometo, okay? Clever is an announcer of one of the radio stations in Mato Grosso, Brazil, where I work, another part of my life. Anyway, so, the way that I'm going to be explaining in the next episodes is how to go out and create those zones and you not even have to be a driver. You need a driver that's similar to me, who's willing to work a little bit with you as an ambassador, and or an overdriver, driver that's willing to help grow the area. And I think that more and more when you guys watch the videos that I will be explaining, more and more we will get a better understanding how to grow those areas and how to grow the zones. Right now, my average rides for Vibe rides in my zone is between 5 to 15 rides per day. Why do I say 5? There's some days that just goes, it gets slower. And there's just some days that I'm not in the right place at the right time. And right now, I'm the only driver in my zone because I'm building my rider team, my rider group, my regulars. And if you ambassadors out there, you recruiters out there, listen to me. I would personally tell you that when you find somebody that uses rideshare, that is willing to download and do the Vibe rides, they can use the Vibe rides twice, when they go to work and when they come home. Then you have to work with getting the proper driver that's willing to work the entire day, and then to help you grow that area. When it grows to past about 15 per day, then you need help. I notice sometimes I'm in need of help, and I have already acquired my first driver for my zone. I've got him through the registration, through the onboarding, the background check, the inspection, and everything within 5 days. And preparing everything and having everything ready, and putting that driver kind of like on fire, putting the fire on his butt so he'd hurry up and get everything done, get everything situated, set up an appointment at the inspection station, got his 19-point safety inspection, and we were right up on top of it. By Saturday that week, I had already gotten him 3 rides, so he was well underway to his 4th, and I believe he's already done his 5 rides, the first 5 rides. He had his little girl coming to visit him, so, he's kind of taking the week off before he gets really kicked in with us in this zone, okay? As I go further in the next few days, I'll explain to you how I'm approaching businesses, offering these businesses, a regular driver so they can take care of not only their clients, but their employees. So, and talking to these businesses as well. So a lot of things are going to be evolving, and I'll talk more and more about that too. I'm always looking for people out there that's willing to join our teams. You know, always willing to answer some questions. Throw me some questions out there. You know, join some of these live videos of mine. I have a YouTube channel. I'll put the YouTube channel link down below, and try to help you guys out. Okay, so there again, this is Mario coming at you from somewhere in Texas, working the zones, and we'll catch you later. This is the Vibe Driver. Have a good day.